the Samayik see these things at a very subtle level, and to see them exactly what is happening, and these are all, and they are separate from the self, and they do not belong to the self, and to say this is the way it should be and this is not the way it should be, this is all the interference. 5 Agna is our main Purusharth, and at the most, if there is anybody hurting in the process of the discharge, then Pratikraman needs to be done. When the error is to call one circumstance as good, then we have to call the other circumstance as not good. So by calling one circumstance good, the other one has to be called not good, and this is where the good and the bad is nothing but circumstance that is going to arise and then dissipate in front of you. So the error arises. So the mistakes should be corrected when there is with the abhorrence part, where you do not, when you become jealous, envious, when you do not like, that it is what is happening. So the first step is to tackle the dvesh part, and then slowly then go into. So when there should not be anything that you do not like. If there is anything, yes. Yes, and you certainly do not want to go towards alcohol or certain activity of the body that are not worth getting into, like illicit sexuality or things like that. Then these are. But this otherwise, it's because it is against your goal on the path of liberation. But otherwise. But we need to get rid of the dvesh bhav, which is the intents of abhorrence, or that which leads to abhorrence. And why does that circumstance come in front of me? Because the effect of our own causes are there in front of us. We need to remain, our religion is to remain the knower-seer of the effect without entering into the effect by saying that I like it or I hate it. So the circumstances has to be seen, the effect has to be seen, and in both of these one has to remain as the knower and the seer. So there is a circumstance, then there is the effect of the circumstance, which is the rag dvesh, and then there is the knower. And so yes, certain circumstances cause a lot of discomfort. At that time, you just need to know that this is. If you remain the knower, then you don't really need to do pratikraman. But so you can prefer the positive. Yes. So in other words, it says, if you cannot get it, it is better. No, is it not good that you are here? That means, so all the ignorance has to go away. So the negative can be switched to positive understanding, but that is not called interference. So the sentence for the Samayik today on day 3, on September 14th morning session, is that the subtle circumstances, gross circumstances, and circumstances of speech are of the non-self, dependent on the non-self, and are under the effect of the scientific circumstantial evidences, and we need to remain in our applied awareness of this thing. We need to remain in the applied awareness of this thing, and when they arise, if there is any hurt to anyone in the process, then they need to be taken care of. But otherwise, while we wait for Deepakbhai to come back, this is the Samayik, pre-Samayik instructions given by Deepakbhai. So each and every, first we have to take the circumstances of sticky files, or you can take those events and circumstances in life which you do not like with reference to your food or movements or going places, etc., or your interaction with your friends. Make a list. Right now focus on that which you do not like. The reason when the what you do not like, those circumstances go away, then then you are done with most of it. It is because you do not like. If you do not like one's location, that means you want to go to another place. All the planning happens because of dvesh and abhorrence. So we need to focus and tackle the dvesh, dvesh activity and the subtle activity. So when that which you do not like will be suffered through with a clean mind, which does not enter into rag dvesh, then one will become a vitarag. And so then circumstances are under the effect of vyavasthit, and I am separate from it. And by circumstances are arising in front of me to dissipate only, and I am the knower seer of it only. And we need to really focus on this one sentence in the Charan Vidhi and the Gnan Vidhi. That's gross circumstances of the mind, speech, and body of the body complex, the subtle circumstances of the inner antakaran, and also circumstances of speech are of the non-self. Let us do the Vidhi now of the Samayik, and let us do a good Vidhi for a good Samayik, and then we will do a very good Samayik for an hour. So, let's say it. O Dada Bhagwan, dear Absolute Self within me, O Hey Shri Simandar Swami Prabhu, dear Lord Simandar, fully enlightened one, with the exact applied awareness of the S capital Self, Shuddh Upyog, the sentence that is in the Charan Vidhi, that gross circumstances, Sud Sanyogo, subtle circumstances, Sukshma Sanyogo, Manina Sanyogo, circumstances of the speech are of the non-self, are alien, and are dependent on alien circumstances of the non-self. Let that knowledge remain established within me firmly. Let me not interfere in anything dakhal, and let me remain the absolute knower and the seer of it all, and grant me those energy. This Gnan Vakya, this sentence of Gnan, of knowledge in daily life activities, let me keep that in the upyog, into the upyog, into in applied awareness, and then up until now, in any circumstance where I have expressed disappointment and abhorrence and dislike, let me see each one of that circumstance in Samayik, and then let me apply knowledge of the S capital Self and melt it. Melt that circumstance, and then recognize that circumstance is by very nature dissipatory, and so that I may not enter into any kind of rag dvesh towards it, and apply 5 agnas along in those directions, and let me do the entire total Samayik with such application, and grant me that energy, my Lord, absolute energy. Let me not interfere of any kind, or intervene, and just remain the pure knower seer of this circumstance. Let me apply such an understanding, and let me do such a Samayik, and grant me such energy. I surrender the mind, speech, and body, human, vachan, kaya, all illusions associated with my name, Mara Namni Sarva Maya, Bhav Karma, charge karma, Dravya Karma, subtle discharge karma, no karma, gross discharge karma. O Dada Bhagwan, the Absolute Self within me, I am surrendering them apnasu charanoma unto your divine lotus feet. I am surrendering them. Vishuddhatma, Shuddhatma, 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 Datma, Shuddhatma, 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 Shuddhatma chu, Shuddhatma chu, Shuddhatma chu, Shuddhatma chu, Shuddhatma, 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 Shuddhatma chu, Shuddhat. Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand. Go deep into this thing and see how